Hey. If you have ever had your feelings hurt by somebody else's judgments, welcome to being a human. But if you have ever felt inhibited by people's judgments of you, by haters or jealous friends, I want you to stay tuned. Because unlike everybody else who is going to tell you you need to grow a thicker skin, I'm Laura Lee from Uproots Wellness, and my jam is showing people how to do all the things they need to do. So today I'm going to teach you how to grow a thicker skin. Oh, I'm so glad that you joined me here because you have an unprecedented opportunity these days to do a total wellness reset. And wellness is so bloody important. I mean, I know that you've got like goals for your career or, your business. I know that you've got goals for your health, definitely. And wellness, I know that wellness is becoming kind of interlinked with health these days in our dialogue about health, physical health. But wellness and holistic health is so much more than that. Wellness is your ability to get those career goals that you want. To get those you want to start a business. Oh my God, let me tell you, wellness is so important to that. You want to have a relationship? Like, of course you do. Of course you want loving, healthy relationships with your friends, loved ones, families. Your wellness is like what you're bringing to the table. Not only that, it has everything to do with your ability to not just help other people too, but to absorb how they relate to you. And there is nothing more important when you're absorbing how people relate to you than being able to take negative stuff and transmute it into something that you can actually work with. So that's why in this video we're talking about haters. Okay, we're talking about jealous friends, family members who almost seem like they're not on your team. This can be like anything from like online strangers leaving like you hate on a post, or friends of yours who kind of like tell you that you shouldn't be going for certain dreams, or kind of judge you when you try something different, or sort of like laugh at things that you think are important, or even family members who either like want what's like best for you by trying to convince you to go against yourself, or to that things that you want, maybe especially in career and stuff like that, aren't really valuable, and they kind of devalue what you think is really important. And I know a lot of times like people nowadays will either like just tell you to have a thick skin, or the complete opposite is to tell you to like kick these people to the curb. But unfortunately, you can't just kick everyone to the curb, especially your family members. And, friends, as soon as those things come out of their mouth, it's gonna hurt. And that's even strangers, which you certainly can't kick to the curb, especially if you're in the business world or you're in social media, etc. You can't just kick every stranger to the curb who's gonna leave you a nasty remark. So these things are always going to hurt. Okay, so that person who's telling you to grow a thicker skin, like, F them, okay? Because yes, having a thick skin is very important, but expecting that you're not gonna get hurt, even if it's a total stranger, or even if it's a total douchebag, bro who is just like a total misogynist and saying really hateful stuff on your post because you're a woman, or because you're a person of color, or whatever, or even just because somebody is jealous of you. It doesn't matter how douchebaggy they are or what low lives they are. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you when you get negative feedback. It's going to hurt even worse if it's loved ones. So there is a way that you can be hurt by it, but still come out with the courage and the strength to continue on sharing yourself authentically, or continue on, dealing with that family member who's like, you want to be a dancer? Like my niece, Georgia, is a big business person, and she's in the corporate world, and she makes all this money and blah blah blah, and like looking down at you because you want to do something artistic, or your friend who's like, oh, you're gonna wear that, like, oh my god, or like, this is like the kind of guys that you like, or whatever. There is a way that you can take that, be hurt by it, but still move on in a way that supports your ideal wellness. So this video is more for the people who aren't able to take that criticism, take that negative feedback, and move on in a way that is like they're all good with it, so if it's like inhibiting anything that you're doing, if you're having these kind of outcomes, the outcomes of not being able to absorb this and transmute it properly, they can become like social anxiety. Like, you don't know what people want from you, so you're like not sure like what you should say, or people just make you kind of nervous, especially people that you might like think are like pretty cool. You could have like just general anxiety, like you're not sure exactly what the heck you should be doing at any given moment. That comes from not being able to like just be yourself, because being yourself is pretty damn simple. There's a lot of complexities that go along with it, like getting hurt from haters and jealous friends. But, like being authentic is not something that you should have to like have anxiety about. That's like you trying not to be yourself, because these like negative feedback and these negative comments and these haters have actually like gotten to you. So you could end up getting like super judgmental. When people are like super judgmental, that is like because they can't just be themselves. So they're like poking around, like nobody else can just be themselves either. Like, oh, this is bad and that is bad and whatever. Like, that's because like those are the things they say to themselves because somebody else has said that to them. So yeah, you could end up like being like super closed-minded, or getting like super cynical about stuff. Like, you can't start that business, you can't be a dancer, you shouldn't be wearing that thing, you can't get with that guy. Like, all of that negative feedback actually becomes your worldview, and it just like closes your mind up and makes like crushes people's dreams. It makes people so that they can't take risks. And like those things that you want, like that career, that business, that body, that health, those changes that you want to make for yourself, that level of wellness, that has everything to do with your gifts to this world. Like, you were not made like anybody else in this world. Your DNA is one of a kind. You have unique gifts to give. And if you can't just be yourself, then like you're never going to be able to give the gifts that you're here to give. And the thing is, like, there's never ever ever going to be anybody on this planet who everybody is just going to like accept, okay? Because we are all so different. Just like you're so unique, everybody else is so unique, they're doing their own things, like we can't understand it. So like you're gonna get negative feedback, you just have to accept it. And that is the first rule of having a thicker skin. Now, skin is porous, okay? I'm not talking about building a brick wall that nobody can get behind. Skin lets things in, but you know what? It also cleans and it sloughs away, and it also lets things out. So in this time when you have this ability to totally reset, I really want you to focus on developing this thicker skin. And this thicker skin really is boundaries. Okay, So I want to do a little exercise with you. I know that there's a lot of talk about boundaries, you know, Brené Brown and vulnerability and boundaries, and how boundaries are necessary for compassion. And, you know, boundaries are absolutely necessary for wellness. Okay, so this is the fundamental, and you can understand why, right? I mean, I have suffered from general anxiety and social anxiety and being judgmental and cynical and closed-minded and all those things because I was so afraid of people judging me because I'd been judged for so long. And that stuff really ate at me, and I was not able to share myself in an authentic way until I started to learn how to create those boundaries. And that is something that I don't think a lot of people touch on. How do we create these boundaries? So I'm going to show you a very simple technique that helps me and the people, my students, so much. And just the people in my life that I also teach, who have like implored me to start teaching other people this stuff because it really, really works. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to like wing out your arms, push your arms out all around you, okay? I want you to take everybody's judgments, all of those things that are weighing on your mind, that freaking Facebook comment, that asshole who said that crappy thing to you, that aunt who thinks you're no good and like her friggin' niece is like so much better than you. All of those people, you know, those parents or those teachers who want you to take a certain career path and think that yours is stupid, you know, there's people who don't like the way that you look, you know, all of those people, all those judgments, I want you to take them and physically push them away. Push them all at arm's length. Take them from your heart, take them from your spirit. Mostly it's in the emotions. Take them from your heart and push them right out. Now, I want you to imagine that this is like your space, okay? Like circle your arms around and imagine like this space around you that is completely at arm's length. And you'll see other people actually doing this movement when they're talking about boundaries, because this really is your space. Okay, so this is your space. Keep doing it. Keep pushing them out, pushing them out, pushing them out, pushing them out. Push all those judgments, all of those inhibitions, all of those reasons that you're scared to actually feel yourself, share yourself, be authentic, and push them out, out, out. Now, this space within you, how do you want to feel? Because this is your space. You're the only person in it. Okay, this is my space. I'm the only person in it. Whether you're judging me and thinking I'm a twat right now, or, you know, you think I'm great, it doesn't really matter. In this space, I mean, it does matter. You know, it's porous. You can feel things coming in. But what really rules this space is how you feel about yourself. So you're the only person in your body. You're the only person there. Do you feel how foreign all those judgments, all those other people's thoughts about you are actually living in your heart? So let them go, right? They don't belong there. You're the only person who belongs in your body, and the way that you feel is the only feeling that should become, you know, part of this space permanently. So I want you to think about, who do you want to be? Okay, who do you want to be? What are those things that you're holding back because other people have told you that you shouldn't do it or it's stupid? Or what are those things that you're afraid people are going to say is dumb? Or, you know, those risks that you really feel like you want to take, but you're scared of what's going to happen if you fail. Okay, so that person, okay, think of that person being successful in those things that you really want to do. You know, that person that you really want to be. How does it feel? Like, how does it feel to be that person? All right, now make the safety net within this space that you can feel it. Do you have idols? What people have actually achieved will you want to achieve? Right, so when you get into trouble, or if you don't know how you want to feel, think about how they feel. You know, look at pictures of them online. Like, what are they vibing on? What's their vibe? And how do they make themselves feel that way on a daily basis? So anytime that something comes in that hurts you, judgments, haters, jealousy, etc., you can be hurt by that. But the moment that you decide to push the people out there, push their judgments out there just beyond your boundary, and you can actually see them, see their judgments, see what they've said to you, then you can actually digest it for what it is. Because you're safe in here. You can feel that judgment. It still hurts you, but it isn't in a way that's going to inhibit how you feel, the decisions you make, and how you go about your daily life, because you've got all this space. And that's what it feels like to feel like and move in the world like you deserve to take up space. And you do deserve to take up space. So I want you to make a daily schedule based on the things that you would do to feel the way that you want to feel, and based on the things that your idols do in order to feel the way that they want to feel, and the things that they practice to get better at the skills that you need to do what you want to do. And that is the number one thing you need to do to be you. Okay, this is the number one thing you need to get into self-care hardcore, to get to your goals hardcore, to feel authentic and have healthy relationships, authentic in your expression with other people. This is the number one foundation to having a healthy lifestyle. And it is absolutely the number one most necessary step to creating wellness anywhere, anytime. So I really enjoyed my time with you. If you loved this, give me a like below and follow and turn on the little notifications, because I will be doing more wellness videos for you in this beautiful time of complete opportunity to completely reset and reform who you want to be. Ta-ta!